What seems to be going on in education right now is there's been a shift really over like the last 20 years, but very much over the last 10, of a move toward privatizing education.
The war on public schools is part of a broader war on the worker. And we can look at this in terms of what's happening to teachers. We are being evaluated harshly, and teachers who don't toe the line or who speak up or against what's going on in public education are being fired.
It really hit hard, starting with No Child Left Behind, this idea that you can run schools like a business. And all you have to do is set standards and measure those standards. And if the kids meet the standard, then you're doing great. And if the kids don't meet the standard, you're doing badly. So you either have to change your teaching, or you change all the teachers, or you change the principal, or you turn the school over to somebody else.
The whole bottom line for a business framing, for a market framing of education, is that there's this easily measurable and quantifiable product. You know, like people are widgets or something. You know, and we're not widgets. We're complex. We're hard to measure. We're always developing and growing as human beings.
Even before Arne Duncan was our CEO of schools. We don't have a superintendent in Chicago, we have a CEO of schools in Chicago. Our CEOs put this in place here, and if students weren't meeting test scores, they were held back a year, or they had to go to summer school.
And it's sold as, you know, getting students college and career ready, you know, like giving students you know, equal access, like giving them better schools, charter schools, for example.
You hear the criticism that charter schools are really figments of rich people's imagination, and it's all about corporate and privatization and all of that.
You know, a charter school really is a public school that is simply not necessarily operated by the public school system. And you create a licensure process, if you will, that allows smart, committed, and capable people to come together to submit a plan for how they would run a public school.
I think when it gets to the point of what can we do for some at the expense of others, then we've really come to a very sad day.
We're a capitalist country, and capitalism has pluses and minuses, right?
Quarterly profits might be a good measure of productivity of a business, but you can't look at test scores the same way. And that's what I see as the major problem.
So we are producing a workforce of people who won't be trained or even know how to speak up, speak out, be different. This is a workforce of drones that we're talking about. And I believe that the war on public schools is a war on worker, children, and teachers.